Hi, and welcome to AlgoMania channel. Today we have the AlgoMania Pro Scalper version 2. This is an updated version of the first EA, but they have almost every function from the first version and some improv on the strategy and on the dashboard as well. Let's go through all the functions from the first version and this version. Let's go to the main setting first, and we'll go through it one by one. So we have the general settings first. This is the font size for the dashboard if you have a different display than mine. So you might want to increase or decrease the font size of all the digits and the fonts from the all relative sizes of this variable here. You might increase it to 11 or 12 or decrease it depending on your display. Next, we have the magic number. If you are to run multiple EAs on the same account, you need to have a different magic number for each EA. This is a 1 to 3, so you can't have the same EA trading the same symbol with this magic number. So you can set any number here that is unique for this EA if you want, only if you want to run multiple EAs on the same account. Next, we have the trade settings, the trading direction. If you want to trade both direction at the same time, or you are leaning to a one direction more than the others, you might want to enter only shorts on this symbol or only buys depending on this, and you can also change that on the dashboard later as you want. You can toggle it on and off from the dashboard or from the main settings. Next, we have the pip worth that will depend on the symbol and on the broker that you are trading off. Every setting we have is on pips here for the rest of the settings on this panel. So you might, for easier reading, you might want to change that. You don't want on Bitcoin 1 pip is equal to 1,000 here, so you don't want to take profit to 1,000 and the step to 800. So this will make it easier for you. On this chart, you can have it a 1 pip equals 1,000 point, and you can use simpler digits for that. And if you are, for example, trading on the Euro US, you will have that as 10 if you are the same broker digits as mine. And on the gold or metals chart, you will have this as 100, but for the Bitcoin, on this case, you will have it as 1,000. So you will use a simple digits like that. 1 pip equals to 1,000 point. That will also depend on your broker, even if the same symbol uses one digit here. So you will set that to 100. I hope that's clear. If you have any questions, just let me know. So next, we have the main strategy. This is a martingale strategy with all these features. So on this update, we have 2 sequences rather than a single sequence from the first version. Of course, you can turn the second sequence off, but you can have them both on, and they will not intersect with each other. Each have its own parameters and have its own take profit and its auto close and simple and lot count. So you can have one taking the long-term shots and second for the short-term, or as you want with your strategy, that completely depending on the trade. So we have the basic parameter. Let's go through it real quick here. For the first lot is the first trade on the martingale sequence. You can have any lots, and the next trades will build on these lots with the lot multiplier. So each new trade will equal to the first lot multiplied by this multiplier. You can have it 1.1 or even 0.9 to decrease that lot size or increase it as you want, and so on and so forth. So we have the take profit. This is a common take profit if you have multiple trades running at the same time. The take profit will be the break-even point of all the trade running at the same time, plus whatever pips you will have on this field. So next is the pip step for this sequence is the distance between the first step and the next for the first trade and the next one and the next one. So this, similar to the lot multiplier, we have a range multiplier to increase that steps over time, to increase this step over time for each new trade taken. So the first step will be 8. The next one will be multiplied by 1.3 on this case, So it will be around 10, then the next one will be 13, and so on and so forth. So these are the parameters for the primary sequence, or the first sequence as we call it. And the next one is exactly the same, these parameters. You can have this off and it will take only one sequence similar to the first version of this EA, or you can have this true with different parameter. You might take a higher lot here and you have a very large step to take a long-term or swing trades and not intersect with this short-term sequence. That will entirely dependent on your strategy of trading and your account and your risk management. So next we have the auto close function, similar to the first version, but there is some differences on the secondary sequence. So the first sequence will take the same auto close strategy, which is, for the first sequence, the EA will close the latest trade, which most probably is the first take in some profit, but it will not be closed because the price is not completely retraced yet. So the idea is, even for the small retracement, the most recent trade will go into profit. This function will close the latest trade with the first, which is the highest losing trade, will close them together to reduce the number of trade and reduce the risk and locking in some profit. You can control it. On this case, it's $100 per lot. So if you have a trade with a 0.1, you will lock in $10. If it is 0.01, it will lock in $1 for both of the trades. So the profit plus the loss must be above the zero and above the profit that you enter here. Of course, you can increase that and you decrease it as you want. That will depend on your strategy and the chart that you are trading on. And this can be toggled on and off from the main setting or from this button right here. Next, we have the target. This is a new feature on this version. So the target works like this. You can set a set target. Once the equity of the balance reaches this number, or let's say it's a set number that the equity should reach, and the EA will close all trade and stop trading until it is reset manually later on. So you can turn it on and off from here, or you can toggle it and change the value of the target later on. So if you do hit the OK here, the 200 will be added to the current balance at the moment of the start of the EA. So if you change it from the dashboard, the target will change depending on whether or not the balance changed at that moment. So if you hit the OK now, the balance will be 1175. But if the balance changed and you changed it anytime after the balance changes, it will take on that balance at that time. It will show you after the add here the exact balance, your current balance plus the value that you want to lock in profit here. And if the equity reaches that point, the EA will close everything and stop automatically until you start it again manually from the dashboard or from the setting. Okay, so most of the parameter on the setting, we have a shortcut here on the dashboard. No need to change it from the main settings. You can control it as well as the stats showing the current account or the current symbol running here. You can see the long side stats and the short side stats and the total here, with the ability to close or close only the profit trades or stop that sequence or that side, similar to the main settings. But remember that any change you make here, for example toggling the target or stopping any sequence or changing any value, and then if you went to the main settings and hit OK, all the settings that you changed from the dashboard, it will be reset to the main settings. This will override anything you made the change and we reset it for the initial state. See there, I stopped these, but they reset before they reset to the initial state because the main settings you selected to start the long and set the long and short to true and the target as it is true from the main settings. Okay, so the stats here is not mentioned on the parameter. The count is the number of trades, which is five long trades, 5 buys here active on this symbol, and between the brackets is the total lots for the opened trades on that sequence. There is 5 long trades running, and the summation of their lot size is 0.05. The same for the short, and the total is the total count of the long and short both. And the PL is the profit and loss on this sequence, all these trades combined together. The total here is -11 at this case, and the total of the 3 short trades is -2, and this is of course the total between the two sides. The break-even points is the price, is the PL on that direction will equal to 0. Same for long and same for short. There's no total to that. And this is the estimated profit if all the trades went to profit. So you can take advantage of this. If you are to stop the EA and left all the all the trades to go to profit, you will lock in $5 from the long trades and $2.96 from the short trades. In total is the $7.96. And you can stop one of them, or stop or adjust the take profit, and it will automatically recalculate on the estimated profit here. And you can also, if you stop the EA, you can modify the TP for each direction. Let me show you how to do that. So when you click the modify TP here, there is a green line. Nothing have happened yet until you adjust the new take profit line. If you set the take profit line above the current price, only the buy or long direction trades will be modified. If it is below, only the short trades will be modified. So if you set it here and hit the modify button again, all the take profits will go to the new. Both sequences and all running trades on this chart will be reset here. That will stay there if the EA is not active. See that we stopped. So if we start it again, the first long trade it will readjust the take profit for all the trades to the set number from the setting. So if you modify the take profit and let the EA running, it will automatically adjust the take profit at the first trade that it takes, or if you hit the close profit, it will adjust everything to the set take profit distance on the main settings. See there? You can adjust the sell trades, but if you hit the close profit, so keep in mind that it will close any trade that is running on profit if you hit the close profit, but it will adjust the take profit, because if you closed any trades that is running for profit, so the take profit might not be accurate, so the EA have to recalculate and reset the TP on the correct price. I think we covered everything here. So the primary and secondary, you can turn it on and off separately and change the parameters similar to the main EA settings that we explained earlier. I think we covered all that. Is the clear chart button. If your chart is messy or more messier than this and you want to clear it, just hit this. It does nothing other than clearing all the arrows and lines on the chart, so you end up with a clear chart. So I think that's about it. If you have any question, officer, just let me know in the comments or send me a private message on the MQL website or here on YouTube, or I'll leave my contacts down below. Thank you and see you next time.